Today's debate wasn't just heated, it was explosive. In a congressional hearing meant to protect children from trafficking and abuse, the spotlight turned sharply on the watchdog himself. Congresswoman Summer Lee accused DHS Inspector General Joseph Cuffari of misconduct, retaliation, and wasting millions in taxpayer money, questioning whether he can be trusted at all. Republicans fired back, calling it a political smear and defending Cuffari as a proven advocate for trafficking victims. So here's the real question tonight. Is this about protecting children, or protecting power? Let's break down what actually happened, and what it means.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In appreciation of the hearing that we're having today about such an important topic as child sexual trafficking and sexual abuse, I look forward to our colleagues joining us, of course, in releasing the Epstein files and putting their money where their mouth is. In the meantime, I want to say that children, especially unaccompanied ones entering this country alone and scared, deserve our utmost attention and oversight. In normal times, inspectors general act as the first line of defense, ensuring that agencies follow the law and act in the public interest. They're fiercely independent, or they should be fiercely independent. They serve no Democratic or Republican administration, and presidents are careful not to interfere with their work. But these aren't normal times, and the Trump administration has now unlawfully fired or demoted 20 inspectors generals across the government. Oddly enough, though, I noticed that he left you in place. Inspector General Cuffari, that strikes me as a bit suspicious, given that this past October, the Council of the Inspectors General on Integrity and Efficiency released a 1,002-page report from its Integrity Committee on your repeated and well-documented misconduct. These are the inspectors of the Inspectors General. Based on the findings of this report, which included recommending discipline up to and including your removal from office, I have a lot of questions about whether we can trust you to conduct independent oversight. Inspector General Cuffari, yes or no? Do you agree that it's important for inspectors general to tell Congress the truth?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes or no, are you aware this report by the Council of Inspectors General on Integrity and Efficiency found you, quote, engaged in conduct undermining the independence of integrity reasonably expected of your position?
I understand that's what they wrote.
So yes. Thank you. Yes or no, are you aware this report found you expended nearly $1.4 million in taxpayers' fund to, and I quote, hire a private law firm to investigate 3 former senior members of your staff, most likely for your personal interest and in order to retaliate against them?
Not for my personal interest, ranking member.
Are you aware that they found that in their report?
That's what they wrote.
So yes, you are. Thank you. Yes or no, are you aware this report found that the federal government had to spend an additional $1.17 million in taxpayer money to settle the resulting retaliation case? Yes or no?
No.
You're not aware. Well, I'm happy to have made you aware. Thank you. Are you aware this report concluded that you, and I quote, abused your authority in the exercise of your official duties and engaged in, quote, a gross waste of taxpayer funds? Yes or no?
Just so I can clarify the question that you raised, that was an MSPB, Merit Systems Promotion Board hearing that we made a settlement with a litigant.
So you're aware of you're going back to the $1.17 million in taxpayer dollars that you were indeed aware of?
Correct.
Thank you. Yes or no, are you aware that the Integrity Committee found 3 additional issues worth investigating, but they chose to move forward because they had already had enough evidence to recommend your removal?
That's what they wrote.
So yes. The Inspectors General Oversight body has already determined that this man has repeatedly lied to Congress. But today, we're supposed to trust him as an independent, objective, and forthcoming witness. This is a fox guarding a hen house. Children, especially unaccompanied immigrant children, need our help. They need someone who can speak truth to power and look out for them. Unfortunately, Inspector General Cuffari is not that person, and we're left to wonder if there is any real oversight going on at the Department of Homeland Security. According to DHS employees, in their rush to round up as many people as possible, they've abandoned other critical duties like fighting drug trafficking, human trafficking, and child exploitation. How is that good for children? How is that good for this country? In a time when mass ICE agents patrol the streets, snatching up anyone they think looks like an undocumented immigrant, and when Americans' private data is being seized for unprecedented surveillance, we desperately need oversight. Instead, we have a corrupt and incompetent inspector general at DHS. I yield back.
The gentlelady yields. The gentleman is recognized. Mr. Biggs seeks recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I ask unanimous consent to enter the following documents into the record related to a smear campaign of Mr. Cuffari's character and career, which we just heard from the other side. I will say that I do trust Mr. Cuffari. I've read his report, and he is very interested in saving and protecting victims of human trafficking. So the first one, Mr. Chairman, is this. An email from the Council on Inspectors General on Integrity and Efficiency, Assistant Counsel Bryce Harrison, confirming that Mr. Cuffari is not under investigation by SIGI. A letter from former Department of Justice Inspector General Michael Horowitz thanking Mr. Cuffari for his excellent service to the DOJ IG's office. An email from IG Horowitz again thanking Mr. Cuffari for his outstanding contributions to the DOJ IG office. A letter signed by the chairman and ranking members of the House and Senate Homeland Security Committees congratulating Mr. Cuffari on his unanimous confirmation and calling on him to take decisive action to turn around a dysfunctional and demoralized IG office. Number 5, Mr. Cuffari's performance report praising him as an exemplary airman and noting his mentoring of future leaders and the inventor of smart.
This hearing quickly shifted from policy oversight to a credibility trial. What was scheduled as a discussion on child trafficking turned into a direct confrontation over whether DHS's Inspector General is fit to oversee anything at all. Congresswoman Summer Lee's approach was deliberate and aggressive. She did 3 key things. Framed inspectors general as sacred institutions. Independent. Nonpartisan. First line of defense for democracy. Isolated Cuffari as an exception. Fired or demoted IGs under Trump, 20. Cuffari remains in place. Raises suspicion without directly alleging motive. Weaponized official findings. Cited a 1,000+ page Integrity Committee report. Forced yes or no admissions. Repeatedly tied misconduct to taxpayer dollars. This wasn't about letting him explain, it was about locking in admissions on the record. Her strongest moment. Establishing that multiple oversight bodies recommended his removal. While arguing that DHS oversight is weakest when it's needed most. Cuffari's responses were cautious, technical, and defensive. Key observations. He rarely denied the existence of findings. He relied on procedural explanations. He avoided emotional engagement. This can cut both ways. To critics, it sounds evasive. To supporters, it sounds professional. But the repeated clarification requests weakened his authority in a hearing designed for transparency. The Republican response pivoted sharply. Instead of rebutting the report line by line, they questioned motives. Introduced letters of praise. Emphasized prior confirmations and service records. Claimed a smear campaign. This reframed the issue. Is this about misconduct or political revenge? By invoking bipartisan confirmations and endorsements from respected officials, they attempted to restore legitimacy through reputation, not rebuttal. This debate reveals something bigger than one inspector general. It exposes how oversight itself has become politicized. How reports are now treated as weapons. How trust in institutions is increasingly partisan. And most importantly, it raises doubts about whether children, trafficking victims, and national security are being overshadowed by internal power struggles. So this wasn't just a clash between Summer Lee and Joseph Cuffari. It was a test of whether watchdogs can still watch freely. Whether Congress trusts its own oversight mechanisms. And whether accountability survives in an era of political warfare. And that's why this debate matters.